Hello and welcome to the very first video in Chapter 10. Chapter 10 is very interesting because it talks about information systems in general, and also it talks about the system development life cycle. It's the way that we go about building the new systems or trying to modify a new system in existence. Somebody requesting a new addition, a new service or additional request that usually the older system is not being able to satisfy, whether for the end user or for customers or for a manager or any of those stakeholders that are going to play huge roles in how the information system is going to work. But let's go ahead and refresh ourselves a little bit about the difference between computer system and information system. If you recall from earlier discussion, we were talking about the computer system. It's made out of three components. That's hardware. We could discuss hardware for hours, and software, the same thing. And also the user, the end user, the person, the human who is using the computer system. If you're, for example, you wanted to finish a homework and you would have your computer hardware, you have Microsoft Word. Of course, everything is running either on Mac OS or Linux or Windows, and you're going to be there to direct the activities between the software and the hardware in order to complete the task of writing your homework. That's good and dandy for a specific task pertaining to one individual. But what about if we're talking about an organization with hundreds, if not thousands, of users, or many also that run by many managers? And of course, we would have an IT staff that sees the overall use of technology in that organization. In this case, we have a much larger scale. We have hardware. Hardware, it could be many computers, many networks. Again, software, it could be, again, a network of software, varieties of software, all the software that we have discussed in the previous chapters. And then data, which is extremely important because what we need to do with the hardware and the software, we're going to have a data that we'll be able to convert it into, through a set of rules, convert it into information. And information, hopefully, these days, we should be able to really take it into knowledge, which is much more important than information. And then we have in addition to this, people instead of one individual. And people usually is the end users, because we have more than one person using the computers, managers, okay, of all sorts, higher level management, middle management, lower management, even supervisory will utilize the information system every second of the day almost, if not every second, most of the day. Then we have also, in addition to this, the staff in the IT department, IT staff. Of course, manager has a different required depending on their levels, and user are the one who sees the operation of the information system, who the one actually take the order from the customer. If a customer is not happy, then they are the first people to really face that type of dissatisfaction. So we need to satisfy the end user. The end users need to be satisfied first, because they are the one who sees the initial effect of the modification or the change. They're the one who are dealing with customers, and they're the one who looks at that screen for 8 hours a day. So we're talking about the people who really need to be able to be satisfied more than anybody else. Then we talk about procedures. These are policies that governs or sees the all over the operation of that policies, the operation of the information system, just to make sure there is no problems. For example, of some kind of disaster happens, we do have a disaster recovery plan ahead of the time in order to respond to some sort of disaster. And also, I could add myself communication, because communication today is very critical. You could have part of your information system locally, or you could have it on the cloud. How this is going to be working, it's up to the people who are deciding what we're going to do with our information system, whether we're going to build it completely internally in the house, or we're going to borrow or rent or buy some of the services that exist in the cloud as well. So you notice, to make it a short story, you notice that information system is much larger scale than a computer system, which is really a single machine that usually with multiple software that is run by one single human in order to satisfy one task, basically. Here we're talking about a very large scale of components. They must all interact to serve the business organization. Mostly it's going to be based on how we use it to create a better environment to where we could make better decision, a quicker decision, more informed decision. Hopefully we'll get the right decision to the right person too at the right time. So information system is very critical components of any organization. I would never imagine an organization without information system. That would take us on the back in time to the Stone Ages. Thank you for watching. We're going to continue with this. It's going to take probably multiple videos to cover chapter 10. So stay tuned for the next videos, and I'm going to be recording right away. Thank you.